I'd like to give you a quick snapshot of the chemicals and petrochemicals industry in India today in a couple of minutes. When you saw the promo CD on the India Chem 2012, the last edition, which was the 7th edition, the coming edition will be the 8th edition, you saw a figure of 110 billion US dollars, which was the production figure, the gross value of production as of that year. Now I'm happy to inform you that despite the appreciation of the US dollar, we have in 2012-13 a production value, a gross production value of about 140 US billion dollars. In terms of rupees, and I congratulate the Indian chemical and petrochemical industry on this, on achieving this. And let me also inform you, because sometimes the basis for calculation varies from country to country, that this excludes the value of the refinery production. It doesn't include the refinery production. If that were to be included, it would probably be much more than that. It does include the fertilizer and the basic chemicals for pharma. In terms of Indian rupees, the value was something like 7,83,000 crores. In terms of export, however, there's a slight downside to it. In terms of exports, we were something like 1,78,000 crores. But in terms of imports in the same year, that is 2012-13, we imported chemicals, petrochemicals to the value of 2,34,000 crores. So there was evidently a import-export imbalance. There is a trade imbalance which is against us. And so certain countries like China, which have huge manufacturing capacities, are evidently able to penetrate the market and export to this country. International trade is not a bad thing, but it shows that we need to be competitive. We need to have, in the words of our Prime Minister, the speed, scale, and skills. And on that subject, as all of you know, the government has made its priorities very clear. We need to boost the manufacturing. We need to create jobs for the young people. And we need to increase the GDP overall. Now, chemicals as a part of GDP is about 2.1%, 2.11% in 2012-13 at current prices. And it is about 15% of the manufacturing GDP. So that's the snapshot of the chemical sector. Now, India Chem 2014, as you just saw in the promo, we had about 274 countries. Is my figure correct, Vinay? 274 participants, exhibitors, and that included 140 participants from 13 countries across the globe. Business visitors were there from 40 countries, and they took part in the conference, the conclave, and the buyer-seller meet. 3 countries, that's Japan, Iran, and China, they had international pavilions. And in domestic side, we had 135 domestic companies. The states of Gujarat, Odisha, and the then United Andhra Pradesh had separate pavilions, being partner states. And we do hope to see both Andhra and Telangana have their own state pavilions, one roof sheltering all the companies from that region. Today's function is the first in a series of industry meets across the country that would take place to promote and launch the India Chem 2014, which would be held from 9th to 11th October 2014 in Mumbai. We, in association with FICCI, the Government of India, and the state governments concerned, we hold these meets to provide an opportunity for networking, interaction among the prospective exhibitors, visitors, and governments, other stakeholders, and also to discuss the progress being made in the preparations. As our friend Mr. J.S.V. Prasad has mentioned, the PCPIR, which is the responsibility of my department, and there are similar industrial corridors being planned other than the chemical corridor also. Of course, just by using the word chemical, petrochemical, and petroleum investment region, we don't mean that the investment is going to be limited to that category of industry. Other industries are most welcome to set up the units in those regions, subject of course to the environmental regulations and their own commercial considerations, of course. Now, the PCPIR is a huge investment being planned in the coastal corridor between Visakhapatnam and Kakinada. It covers about 600 square kilometers. The plan is 600 square kilometers. It is the largest PCPIR among 4 in the country. The other 3 are in Dahej, in Gujarat, in Paradip, Odisha, and the Kadalur to Nagapattinam belt in Tamil Nadu. They are in various stages of development, but this is really the largest. And I think the processing area, 40% of 600 square kilometers would be about 250 square kilometers. That's really huge. And as Mr. Prasad has just now informed you, about 15,000 acres of land has already been acquired and is in the possession of the APIIC. So allocation of land would not be a problem. And the environmental impact assessment is in good progress. I think the landward side has been done. The seaward, the sea studies, the marine studies are being done. And I expect to get the environmental clearance sometime early next. Similarly, the area is already an existing manufacturing hub. There are already a number of chemical, pharma, petrochemical industries from between Vizag and Kakinada, including the 2 special economic zones for pharma. There are 4 other economic zones for miscellaneous manufacturers, existing petrochemical plants, refinery, and HPCL is also planning a greenfield refinery. The DFR, I think, under that is, the DFR is now under preparation by the consortium. I would urge all of you to seek to utilize the opportunity for setting up industry in this PCPIR as also in the other zones, industrial zones that are existing in the 2 states. Hyderabad is an existing chemical manufacturing hub, which is the reason why this meeting is being held here. And also to participate in the India Chem 2014, which would provide you a wonderful opportunity to showcase your exhibits, to showcase your capabilities, to transfer technology both ways, to interact with international exhibitors, and generally to open up the horizon.